Signs, signs everywhere, signs. Signs for your business and signs for your ride. SignBros is the place where we make your signs.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hey.
All right.
Jumped down pretty quick. That's good. Yay.
That's an easy way to break the ice.
Oh, yeah.
Let the nerves flow out. There
Welcome
you go.
to our podcast. We are the SignBros. Make sure to subscribe on the link below. We want to welcome our special guests from Xtreem Martial Arts, Alice and Ezekiel.
Yes, sir.
Rodarte.
Hello, guys. How are you?
Thank you guys for being
All
on the
right.
Thank you guys
show.
for coming.
Thank you
Thanks
for inviting
joining
us.
Good morning.
us.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I reached out to you guys because we have something in common. We both volunteer or help out the Downs in Motions program.
Yes.
And we had Edith on here a few weeks back. And
Months
that
back.
was months back already. Wow, time flies. And I want to reach out to you guys and let, know a little bit more about what you guys do, where you're from. Obviously, you guys are from El Paso.
Yes.
So just got a little story about how you guys got into this.
Yes, definitely. My name is Ezekiel Rodarte. We got into this, my son, Ezekiel Rodarte. We never knew really about the martial arts, the karate. We were trying to look for a sport for them to kind of get involved with.
Gotcha.
And we found karate, right?
Uh-huh.
So then we saw, okay, karate, what's that all about? So as they kind of my son got involved first in the martial arts. And then a few months after, my daughter Sarah Rodarte got involved. And now, they have 6 years in the martial arts.
Wow.
Here this Saturday, they're going to get their second black belt degree.
Second.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ishmael Robles is going to come down from
Galveston,
Texas. Ishmael Robles, he's a 10th degree grandmaster.
Wow.
He's going to come and belt them and test them on Friday, and then we're going to do a big ceremony this Saturday
Nice.
at 11 a.m.
So
They're
everyone's
at,
invited.
yeah,
At your place? At
yeah,
the-
1520 Goodyear. They're
L.
Sweet L.
Okay.
They're in that location, so we're pretty excited. It's been a long journey,
Sure.
but we've seen the accomplishments that our kids have done, and now they're going to be rewarded. They're very good leaders, very good with kids.
Yes.
They've developed their character, their young adult kind of life is starting to grow and flourish, and they love teaching kids.
That is cool. That doesn't sound like much of a reward when they're going to get belted. It's gonna
Right.
get,
Yeah,
get spanked
yeah.
or something.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Is that how you refer to it? They're going to get belted?
Yeah, they're
gonna
gonna
They'll
get their belt.
belted on
Yeah.
Friday and they're testing.
Yeah,
Nice,
they're
wow.
testing.
Well, because I saw
Yeah.
the same thing when we had the November dinner for Downs in Motions,
Yes.
Yes.
where they volunteer, or not volunteer, but the families of Downs in Motion
Yes.
brings their kids,
Yes.
and I seen your kids in action with them, and they do such a good job with them.
Yeah.
And they were the ones getting belted. They were
Yes.
belting the ones that were attending from Downs in Motion.
Yes.
Yes.
And that was really, really cool.
Yes.
So how kind of that works? They perfect their forms. Their every 2 months we have graduations, like you were mentioning with Downs and Motions. So every 2 months they perfect their forms, their techniques. So every 2 months they advance. So they're reaching our goal, right? So like any other sport, we found out throughout, it's very different from other sports. In basketball, you may not be good enough. So you're the majority of the time you're benched in the court.
Sure.
In football and soccer, if you're not good, they're not going to play you, right? Because it's all about winning. And in karate, everyone participates. The students, the instructors are very attentive to the needs of each child because everyone is different, right?
Sure.
So and they all have an opportunity to learn, to succeed, and then to reach their goals. Every 2 months they reach their goals. They test them. They get their certificate of accomplishment. They get their new belt. So every time they're following a new belt
Nice.
color until eventually they reach their black belt
Very cool.
journey.
And you said there's how many degrees of black belt are there?
Well,
you said your
10
son is getting 10.
Second degree.
Second
So
degree.
the gentleman that's coming, he's a grandmaster.
he's a 10th.
10th.
Gotcha. So how many are there? 10. does it
Yeah,
go up?
10.
10
It's,
is that's
yeah,
it.
the
You're-
max. My kids, they got their first degree within 3 years. If we kind of backtrack a little, my Sarah Rodarte, she's 17 years old. Ezekiel, he's 16. And then we have 2 more instructors, DeAndre Avila and then Victor Casillas as well.
Okay.
So they all are engaged. Very, very, very long, accomplishing journey. Our academy there is not only to teach martial arts or karate to the kids, but for them to become leaders in life as well. So we teach leadership skills, respect, honesty, for them to be good in the community.
Sure.
So all those leadership qualities. We had I had posted something probably like 2 weeks ago when the parents came into karate, and little Michael Parra, one of our students there, Sarah and Ezekiel students, he came in, and the parents were very excited and happy, and they said, Mr. Rodarte, I wanted to share a story with you guys, what karate has done for my child. They said, well, yeah, let's share it. We'll post it, and because those are the things that we want to hear.
Yeah, definitely.
So he says that he went to school, and one of his fellow students in class was being rude to the teacher, right? And then he stands up and says, you don't supposed to treat others like that. Hey, I go to karate, and karate they teach me respect, discipline, and all that. It's like, wow, I mean, that's very
they
nice.
teach black belt manners there.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
You should go.
And how old is this kid?
He's like 6 years old.
Oh,
Nice.
awesome.
Wow, very good.
So in our academy, we have kids that enroll as young as 3 years old, all the way
Well, they're
to
called
adult
the little
classes.
ninjas.
Little ninja.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Very cool. At the minor league.
Yes.
Wow, that's awesome.
The little ninjas.
And you guys just changed locations? You guys used to be somewhere else? And now
Yes.
you're
Yes, we were on Rojas. Now we're in the corner of Goodyear and Pelicano. And the Goodyear Business Center, they're 1520 Goodyear Suite L.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
I know. I heard somewhere that that when you go to like a karate place or like a martial arts place, that one of the things to ask is like I guess the lineage of who trained who.
Yes.
And how important is that to you guys, or was it just something that I kind of just heard?
Well, you know what? We got to know a lot of my kids. They went through a lot of talented instructors, and that's how they became to where they're at now. But I think it also involves a lot of in the house, right? The parents involved with them.
That has most I think to do with
the leaders. But I mean, they had fabulous instructors. Sarah, she's very dedicated. Ezekiel, DeAndre, Mr. Victor Casillas. As they all kind of grew up together as well. The 6 years in the martial arts that they have, they kind of started together, and now we're all running a business.
Wow.
So it's a pretty good journey, life story for us and for them, and we're very proud of them. To see them where they've up right now.
Sure.
And they're pretty excited, nervous for Saturday. Because they test them on Friday, but I know.
It's a free seminar we're going to
yes.
have on Saturday at 11 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Gotcha. Of course, by the time this airs, it'll already have passed.
Yes,
Right.
of
So we
course.
can actually say
Unfortunately.
it was really good. It worked
Yeah,
out.
real nice.
you did
Yeah.
great.
Yes.
Oh, very good.
I just wanted to backtrack when we first started all this in karate. My son, and I thank God that karate is in his life because my son was born with this weak muscle on his neck and he couldn't really move in my stomach. So as he was born, his head was literally touching his left shoulder.
Oh, wow.
So I wanted to really thank God that we did find karate because we were looking, because again, I'm thinking football, I was not going to work. Any other sport was not. So when we found karate, we're thinking, okay, it's more like a focus thing,
Discipline.
coordination, and all this stuff. And I mean, you see him and praise God. He
Good,
looks
huh?
really good.
Wow.
Yes.
wouldn't be
He
able
was
to
the one that
know.
was at the car show.
Yes.
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 He's the
one
one-
that performs the commas and
Yeah, he's
okay.
actually the one that teaches the weapons
Yeah.
Nice.
and stuff.
He's
And
really good, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, now you see him and it's like, wow.
So are you guys active in karate?
Yeah, so we've learned a little bit. My
I got my
What
white
belts?
belt.
White belt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I even have my white belt.
Yeah.
No, we mainly do all the
Business side.
business
the
stuff.
business
and
side.
everything.
Behind
Like I
the
said,
scenes. Yeah.
Ezekiel and Sarah are the main ones
Wow.
there.
Yeah.
That's
And
cool.
they love it. And they love teaching Downs in motion.
Yes.
Yes,
So
definitely.
We
They're very
really
dedicated.
recommend if anybody, has any kids in need and stuff.
Yeah.
They're more than welcome to go. It's a great team, where they do a lot of activities, not just like karate, but I mean, I've seen the kids and they love it.
Yes.
They love it there. And our graduations are awesome
Yeah.
at the Abundant Living Faith.
We need to
Cool.
bring them on the show one of these days.
Yes, definitely. Yes.
Yes, yes.
And when you say they test them to get belted, is there any full contact at all? Not
Well,
at this level, or how does that work?
Their second degree?
Whatever. Is there any
Well,
full contact at all?
Yes,
Well, they do sparring.
they do sparring.
Sparring. Okay.
Yeah, so their main thing is, which I know they passed already like 100%, is their teaching.
Oh, really?
They've been
Skills.
teaching. So your second degree is more of teaching.
Oh, okay.
And so
gotcha.
they do a lot of forms,
Yeah.
and they do some sparring and stuff.
Okay. Interesting.
A little workout.
Quick question for you guys, and it's a little bit off, but you said your son's 17?
Sarah is 17.
And then he's
Ezekiel
16.
16.
Wow.
Have any of them? I know they've been in karate since they were small. You said,
Yes.
right? Have they ever been like in any like fights at school?
No.
Well, that's another blessing.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've actually homeschooled them all their life.
oh, okay,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, yeah. There's no
So
fighting.
then,
No fighting.
so then there probably is fights. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, that's resolved with the go to your room, right? Real quick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like best friends.
Yeah,
I always
definitely.
told them, you guys grow up to be best friends.
Yes.
And they've been involved in other stuff and everything, but they've always been homeschooled.
Oh, okay.
But you know what? One of the things that again, talking about them, what they've accomplished in life at a very young age, what they do for kids. When kids come up into class, teacher, they talk to them about what happened throughout the day.
Sure.
They're very attentive. They get their full attention to them.
Nice.
And they always express, to be a leader in your community, in school, everyone you go. When I see them perform, we go to Bassett, they perform in Bassett. They perform, with organizations, with Downs in Motion. They teach part of what they've learned, that they're giving back so other kids can also learn their skills. And also, and they become black belts, and one time, they can participate and be an instructor as well. So that's the journey of everyone, to learn the skills, and at one point they can also teach others their skills that they've learned. So you kind of pass that along to others, right?
Sure,
It's
sure.
part of being a leader.
Wow.
So
Before you started doing this as a business, what did you do before that?
well, we have a nonprofit, right? I still have my job. This was
So the karate is like a
yes, a second time.
gotcha.
Rifle.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's a full job for her. But we do
Gotcha.
all of our advertising. Thank you guys for inviting us, SignBros. To inviting us to do this podcast. But we're starting the business. We've been in the business, as long. In martial arts, as long as our kids have been there, very heavily involved with them, giving them the tools that they need to grow, and seeing them in this point. I know they still have a long ways, but they've grown substantially at their young age. Their young adult age. We've seen, when they continue growing, what they're gonna do to the community.
Mm-hmm.
So we're heavily involved in the community as well. We've had actually our nonprofit for years back.
Or 7 years.
It's called Helping the Poor and Needy.
How many?
7 years.
7 years.
Okay.
Tell us more about that. Yeah.
Helping the poor and needy. What we do is we receive donations throughout, and we seek families through different organizations within the El Paso community. And if they need a sofa, beds, anything that they need,
Trade it.
clothing,
Wow.
we go to their
Okay.
home, we set them up,
We actually deliver it.
deliver it to them,
Wow.
and kind of. Do you want to kind of talk how we started with this first
That's
family
interesting,
that
yeah.
we helped?
Very interesting. Yeah.
Well, we started when we were going to this other shelter, and we were giving my husband was giving Bible studies, and we would give,
Nice.
just a Bible study there every Friday and stuff. And so we then, for a whole year, every Friday we'd go, and then all of a sudden we were not welcome there because they didn't want us to give any more Bible study because it was never happening. So we were heartbroken, and we prayed about it. So we're thinking, well, we'll get on the radio. Okay, so let's save some money. Let's get on the radio. And I told him, okay, I'll get on the phone for prayer and all this stuff. So we had all this set. The Lord has always something different. So one day I was sitting at home, and then all of a sudden I felt to call this organization to see if they needed help, or if somebody or family needed help. And so she was going to hang up, and she said, no, not right now and stuff. And she goes, oh, wait a minute. And then she told me, you know what, there's this girl, she's 23 years old, and she needs help. She's going through a hard time. I go, okay, well, we would like to help her. Just give her my number. It's free. We just want to help somebody. So that was our first family. She was a single mom. She's 23 years old, and she had like 5 kids.
Wow.
And she had a really, really sad background. Her mom passed away. Her dad became an alcoholic.
Yeah. Wow.
And she just went out, and she ended up having 5 kids. She lives over there by Myrtle in some apartments. And so we met her, and her kids were on the floor asleep with just a little blanket and stuff like that. So the money that we saved for the radio station, we went ahead and used to help her out. And I tell my husband, I want her to feel like a homey, you know, like her home, just like we do, you know. And we decorated with frames and everything. So as she kept our number, and I told her keep in touch and all this stuff and anything else. So for 3 months, I'm like, well, we'll probably not hear from her. I don't know what happened. My surprise was that she called us up and told us that after we went there, it encouraged her to go back to school. She went to Southwest, and she finished there and stuff.
Yes, definitely.
And that inspired for you guys to continue doing the starting
our organization, and
Yes.
even to this day we still do it.
We
You know,
still
we
do
still
it
help
till this
families
day.
in Juarez. You know, here locally in El Paso, we've gone all the way to Las Cruces. I mean, everywhere. I mean, when we
Just
go,
like
there's
another
need.
another lady we met in a shelter, single mom, 2 kids. We helped her. We thank God she finished her community. Now she's doing billing, and you know we went to her graduation, and that's just something. That's what we wanted to do, was to go help for them to pick up. It's like I tell them, when you guys have your own home, all I ask is just invite us to go for dinner.
There you go.
That's it.
one
That's
day.
it. That's it. You know?
Yeah.
But no, that's how
good.
we started.
What's the name of the nonprofit?
It's helping the poor and needy.
Good. See, it's 2 for 1.
Yeah.
Yes.
Extreme and
So-
this is awesome.
Yeah, we wanted to show our kids that helping your community is very important.
Yes.
And like my husband would always tell us, if only one family would help another, we'd all be all right.
Oh yeah. It starts with one.
Yes.
And you said just help your community, so you guys are from El Paso.
Yes, from El Paso.
Where'd you go to high school?
Canotillo High School.
You don't have to tell us when, just tell us where.
Okay. Yeah.
Canotillo, how about
Hey,
you?
how about you?
Well, here, and then I finished up in Arizona in Cofa.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
because
right,
you
that's
went to
right.
Yuma.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, very good. How'd you guys meet?
Well, we met
That's interesting.
24 years here in August. You know, we're gonna have 24 years.
24 years.
We met in church, my dad's
His
church
dad's
there.
church.
Gotcha.
So
very
we
good.
met there, and you know, we kind of started talking, and within
1 month.
1 month we got married, and now we're gonna have
This year in
24 years.
August, we'll have 24 years.
That sounds
Praise
about
the
right for
Lord.
a preacher's kid. Church girl. Yeah. No, don't do that.
Yeah, but you know,
Wow.
we've been very blessed. You know, my wife and us. What we wanted to instill into our kids, we never knew this was going to be part of our journey, you know. But as we kind of go through it and got placed everything into place, and now where we see ourselves, I guess all of our accomplishments and the dedication, right, and the helping the community, I think God has blessed us to have a business and at the same time help other families within the students, and seeing our kids grow now. It's kind of their turn to kind
Passing
of
it on.
Definitely.
passing it on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely help that.
You're setting up your kids for
Yes.
the future by
Sure.
doing
Yes.
that.
Your
It's like
family's
a-
blessed and El Paso's blessed.
Yes,
Yeah.
Because of
definitely.
you guys. Thank you guys.
It's like one time Ezekiel, he asked that for us to buy a meal. We were there, and he bought an extra meal, and we're like, oh, I guess for later or something. And no, he got off the car and he went and gave it to a homeless.
Wow.
So we're like, that's what we want.
Sure.
That's what we want. Their generation to continue. And I tell them, Michael, you guys keep this up, you know, because this
Awesome.
is what you guys are going to be in the future.
Exactly.
It's helping.
Excellent. That's excellent.
And you said you have some upcoming stuff too. You're about to start a new boot camp
Yes.
program.
Yes.
Actually, we're gonna have
For
adult
those
classes.
who are brave enough.
Yeah.
So you're all invited.
I know.
Thanks
the-
for the invitation.
Yeah. It's a hate our family. They're military, both husband and wife. They're gonna do our adult classes, more like a boot camp style.
Yeah.
So they're certified, very good instructors. They're gonna bring a lot of good things into our academy as well.
Sure.
So you know, we invite families to come and go and check out our Xtreem martial arts. They're in 1520 Goodyear Suite L.
When does that start?
March the 3rd.
March
We're
the
gonna
3rd.
have our first class.
How long is the camp?
Okay.
Well, actually, it's 30-minute classes, Tuesdays and Thursdays. You know,
Or is
For
it
now.
like an ongoing
Yeah,
thing?
ongoing
or is
thing.
it-
Are
Yes.
there different levels like? Experienced and medium
yeah,
and
probably.
lazy?
Yeah, I guess they'll kind of manage that side.
Good luck.
But you can encourage. It's a great opportunity for
definitely.
families to come.
For
With kids could be
parents and-
doing
Yes, karate.
karate while the parents are.
Yes, they're in.
And it's only $40 a month.
yeah,
$40 a month.
Yes.
Per person. That's
Yes.
not bad at all.
Well,
And-
per couple is $40.
Yeah,
For a couple?
Yeah, for a
That's
couple.
not bad at all. And that's twice a week, you said?
twice a
Yes.
week.
And is it like 1 day per week?
Tuesdays
One
and
time
Thursdays.
per week?
Tuesday, Thursday.
Tuesday and Thursday, one time. Okay. There's not different
What
hours.
time? And
Not
evening?
right now. We're
Yeah,
just
6:05 to 6:45 p.m.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're just starting, so I mean, as we
Sure.
get on the roll and everything, then Saturday we'll open and we'll
Well,
go
there
from
you go.
there.
We gotta
Whatever
get
the Lord leads us.
people encouraged to do
Yes,
that.
so
Yes.
come on.
Down?
Huh?
Down?
Yeah.
Downs in
too.
motion? Yeah, I'm volunteer for Downs in motion. Yeah, I do.
It's slick.
But okay, so we always ask our business owners to challenge them a little bit. You know, if someone walked in and mentioned, "Hey, I saw you guys on the SignBroCast," what would maybe a discount?
Yes, a
class,
discount.
or-
I mean, if you mention when Hassan Bros got a sign, a T-shirt, whatever, you come in and we'll give you a free week of classes.
Free week?
Free
Yeah.
week. Oh,
Definitely.
that's a good
Yes.
one.
You're
That's a
Count,
good.
That's pretty
Free
good.
week.
Yeah,
Hands on.
Free week.
Definitely,
Awesome.
yes.
yeah.
Wow.
So
very
come
good.
on down. It's a great academy.
Okay.
Yes.
Appreciate that.
Where do they find you on Facebook?
Xtreem Martial Arts, and then we're also our website, XtremeKarateElPaso.com.
We're different. It's going to be double E. It's when you spell extreme, it's not EME. It's going to be double EM.
XTREEM.
Extreme. Okay,
Extreme,
gotcha.
because we want it to be extreme.
There you go.
Extreme.
Very good. Very good.
Cool.
man. Thanks, guys, for your time.
joining
Thank you very much.
us.
Yes,
Thank you, guys.
thank you for
Any
inviting
other
us.
things we got to know about? Do you guys want to show out to anybody else?
No,
Just
I
let
mean,
us know what's
yeah.
going on. No, that's,
no, yeah, we'll have events. We're pretty engaged in the community as well. We do performances throughout.
Okay.
So I
Well, we're
mean,
family oriented, also karate. What we do in the summers, we have wonderful picnics for the kids and stuff. We have a wonderful Mother's Day event
I
in
can get on board with the
karate
picnics.
and Father's Day. So
extreme picnics.
yeah. Extreme fitness.
Very good. Very good. Good. And also, we'll put your number on the screen as well too.
Yes,
Let
sir.
people contact you guys and
Definitely,
definitely
yes.
get involved. Very good.
Thanks
Yeah.
for joining us.
you
That
very
was
much.
good.
See you
Very
guys.
inspirational.
Thank
Not
you.
too bad, was it, Alice?
No, it wasn't.
all right.
Thank you guys.
All right. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you
sir.
guys.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
joining us. We are the Sign Bros. We're all up in your business. Make sure to subscribe, and we're out.
Have a good day.
We did that, sir. Thank you.
Sign Bros is the place where we